Good morning, everybody. My name is Osa. We are playing FS19 on Oakfield Farm, Farming Agency Edition, and it is the first day of early winter and time to sell some canola. And last I checked, canola was good at the main store, so we will just confirm that. Willowbrook stores, yep. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff loaded up, ready to go, and a dog that's hungry, so have some food, doggy. And engines on. So we are actually running both class tractors and our truck. And we probably need some lights on at this time in the morning. So canola, we have 4 full trailers and a little bit more. Probably run down with just the truck with the final load of canola. Then the canola is done. We've got a couple of days. 3rd day of winter should be the best day to sell rye. 4th day of winter is the best day to sell sugar beets. And the last day of winter is the best day to sell sunflowers. So that's the plan. And why is the truck going so slowly? Hopefully the truck does not get stuck behind a car. I think I took the corner wide enough that it's not going to get stuck on a shrub. So we have selling stuff to do. We're going to be feeding sheeps as we go, obviously. Is the truck catching us? Yes. Okay, probably need to speed up a little bit because otherwise the truck's going to ram into our second guy in the convoy. There we go. So yeah, we are up to 368,000 money. Unfortunately, we did not get a 3rd cut of clover this year. So that is all of the silage sold from the 2nd cut, got us to 368. Did do a few fertilization contracts, which made up a little bit more money, but we're still not at 100 contracts done. We haven't bred 20 cows, we haven't bred 50 pigs, but I think those are the last 3 achievements left for me to complete on FS19, so that might happen sometime. I wonder if I've got my truck set to a slower cruise. Entirely possible. Okay, we are here. Also entirely possible the truck will crash into the barrier or the fence back there, because it tends to be good at that. Stop! Okay, we will unload that. We will tell our following truck to stop following us. And indeed the truck crashed into the thing. Oops. And for the most part, the worker does seem to have a bit of a problem maneuvering this truck. so do I. And there are two options. One is to have the both rear axles with twin wheels, which kind of works, but makes the truck very difficult to maneuver around a yard this size, because the trailing axle on the truck would then drag. Or you have the steering trailing axle. Which we've gone for, which makes it a little bit more maneuverable, but still, it's a struggle. Okay, 28,000 from that one. Well, that's a bright light. Is that from the truck? Guess it is. It's certainly not the sun. Okay, I need to disconnect that. I don't know that this tip's too high. It is a long wheelbase, but it's not like a semi-trailer. Okay, back up a little more. And select that one. Just about see the top there. Okay, so technically have to be a little bit careful in there because we can hit the beam. Oh. Of course, the tandem also gets in the way. Now I don't have the power to move that. There we go. Still, this is still not an easy rig to get around in, but we've made it. Jump out, jump in, and go. Probably need to be out of the cab for this. Yes, indeed. There is a car coming down the hill, but we should have enough time to get everybody out of there. So, again, the Class 800 made it, and looks like the truck made it, so yay for that. Don't actually have to drive into the cab this time of year, because we don't have any leaves on the trees. I'm going to let you go. Oh, that's going to screw everything up. Ooh, 800 made it. I don't know if the truck's going to do it. Nah. Good job, the truck. Well, good job me for driving into the signpost. Oh. So yeah, sadly we still don't have the vehicle inspector for Farm Sim 22. It's something I rely on quite heavily. The programmer who wrote the script did do a port of this vehicle inspector to 22, but he did say it is unreliable and you should probably wait for him to do the proper FS22 vehicle inspector. So that's a thing. We do have the vehicle wear status indicator that's at the bottom right next to the trailer fill level that tells me what we had, 86% on the class, 98% on the trailer. That's not too bad. But yeah, that's all things I like to have around. We've still got the clock in the top right. There's a couple of other mods I like to have loaded, and most of those are now Farm Sim 22 versions available. Said the only one that's missing is the vehicle inspector, which I seriously do appreciate having, because it tells me when my equipment's full, especially when using workers, when the workers have stopped doing their thing. Okay, you can stop there. Lights off, engine off. Pull you forward a little bit. We'll turn the follower off and then we'll pull you forward a little bit away from the wall. There we go. And then this thing, yeah, we need to do another run with a big tipper, and the only one we have big enough is the truck trailer. I think I've got about 32,000 litres of canola left to sell. So just a little bit too large for the Dan gravel. 32, 33 almost. And this, I think, does about 46,000. No. 84, 44. Probably do with some lights again. So we're already over 500,000 with just the canola sales. Once we get the truck back to the farm, I'm going to need to probably sleep, feed the sheep, sleep again, feed the sheep, and then it'll be day 3, which is, I believe I said, the rye gets sold. But yeah, this week is going to be one big sell all the crops and probably feed sheep, because obviously we've got 9 game days to work through to sell everything, and so the sheep will need to be fed during that time. We also may start to see the sheep start breeding again. Don't intend to sell any sheep, but depending how full a field gets may dictate that we need to get some more stuff out to the sheep. I could always also do with another small Brantner trailer to put sugar beets in. I got one loaded with clover. Alrighty. Maybe I should drive the truck and have the tractors follow. Just a thought. Okay. There we go, 42,000. And they have their grain dryers out at the back. Okay. I guess then we can now head back to the farm. And take a nap. Of course, the other thing we do have to keep an eye out for is keep messing that one up. Great demands for anything that we have. Because we're now in winter, the likelihood is if there is a great demand, the price is going to be the best price. Other times of year, not so much, because the best price is better than the price offered. But if the price being offered is the worst price of the year, then better than the worst price of the year still isn't close to being the bestest. So, what else have I done this week? So obviously I got us to the point of selling anything. As I said, I did a couple of fertilization contracts just to bump up the numbers. Okay. That's us back at the farm. Engine exit. Yeah, so as far as stuff done is concerned, I made it to 84 contracts. 16 more. Dang, there's a fertilisation contract in 32. I could do that, which would take us to 85. I think closing down the series, I got a little bit lax on when I should do contracts. And there's sort of, oh look, there's all those contracts. Yeah, I just can't be bothered. Great demand at Empire Stores. Now, that's the reckoning that our great demand is for canola. No, it's for barley and we don't have any. That's fine. And then lower the view. The sky is a little bit bright today. Obviously misty and what have you. Is that another great demand? Well, the barley went away. Didn't see any others, so I guess it ran out. 4:30, we can sleep. 4:30. So for 16 hours sleep. Let's go 17. That's fine. Now, either today or tomorrow, I will probably need to 35-foot header and something. Being interesting to look at. I think we have one of those. Yes, we do. Okay, definitely need to take care of the sheep. Problem is they are a daily task. As far as rye is concerned, it's not a greatly valuable stock. 708, that's yeah, it's either tomorrow or day 5, so I'm planning to do tomorrow. Meanwhile, sheep. Okay. I'll just run round and top them off today. I'll probably take the telehandler out tomorrow and shovel stuff up. We're out of sugar beets here. And grass. We might have to do all of it. Oh, we are out of the boxes of stuff completely. I'm going to go down here first, and the reason for that is it's entirely possible that the grass is still filling up the feed troughs. So any spilled grass that we find down here can be taken up to that top field. Now the thing is I am still running around with fresh maize in the trunk. And we will have to do something about that. Come on, there you go. Okay. That's probably all of those gone. Or not. I was right, that's all of those gone. So we don't have any more crated up sugar beets. I believe this is elm flour. So those are full, that's not, and you need some more silage. That's fine. Put that away, and do that. 5,300. Entirely possible it may take another bale there, but I'm not too sure. Either way, we have spare grass which we can take up to the top field, which is fine. I'm kind of surprised because looking at the ground we should have no grass to fill those feed troughs, but they seem to fill at least for the first month. Yeah, early winter they'll fill and then they stop for mid and late, and then probably 2 months in fall, spring. But yeah, our clover is completely wiped out, sadly. I was kind of hoping we would get a third cut, but didn't happen. Oh, we're floating that. Let's try that again. Still floating. Okay. Don't think I managed to level this feed area. Still, that's 450. That might not disappear. Very close. That's the next one. Come on. And one of those. Good. Okay, so check the next one. That is completely done. They still have some spare sugar beets left. And they have no sugar beets at all. That's a pain. Well, okay. The plan is we will shovel up the grass in the top field, drop that in, unload some fresh maize, and then fill the Brantner up with sugar beets, and then we'll top off the top field with sugar beets. Tomorrow we'll go out, we'll do all the sugar beets, and then we'll empty those, fill up with clover maybe, and do some things. What am I doing? Top field. Let's go shovel some grass. And of course if it snows then we can't shovel grass. Which is fine. That's why we have the maize.